World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day to all of our listeners here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This is World News in 5 and I'm your host, Steph Vicente. At least 24 people were killed and 47 wounded while protesting against Myanmar's military government after an army motorized paraglider dropped 2 bombs on the crowd. The BBC reported that the military attack as around 100 people gathered in Chong-U Township in Sagaing region for Thatinjut, a full moon festival to hold a candlelight vigil. It had been organized as a peaceful protest against the junta's military conscription and an upcoming national election. It also called for the release of political prisoners, including former state councilor Aung San Suu Kyi. It is noted that the Sagaing region has been a key battleground in the war, with large parts of it under the control of volunteer militias. In other news stories, top United States envoys and prominent regional figures have joined the third day of indirect talks between Israel and Hamas in Egypt on U.S. President Donald Trump's plan to end the war in Gaza. United States Special Envoy to the Middle East and Special Envoy for Peace Missions Steve Witkoff and Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner are in Sharm el-Sheikh, along with Qatari Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdulrahman Al Thani and Turkish intelligence chief Ibrahim Kalin, for what is expected to be a key day indicating whether progress can be made. As the negotiations resumed, a senior Hamas official told the BBC it had shown the necessary positivity and submitted a list of the Palestinian prisoners it wanted Israel to release in exchange for the hostages being held in Gaza. Israeli media cited officials as saying there was cautious optimism. Meanwhile, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said that U.S. President Trump had asked him during a recent phone call to persuade Hamas to accept his plan. And finally, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has said the United Kingdom will not relax visa rules for India, speaking before he arrived in the country to tout the benefits of a recent trade agreement. The BBC reported that the Prime Minister has led a delegation of more than 100 entrepreneurs, cultural leaders, and university vice-chancellors as he attempts to boost UK investment and improve sluggish economic growth. British Prime Minister Starmer said there were massive opportunities to improve trade and cultural ties with India, but he said there were no plans to open up more visa routes to Indian workers or students. The British PM insisted that his visit is about providing the opportunities for Indian businesses to take advantage of the UK-India trade deal signed in July after years of negotiation. And that concludes today's edition of World News in 5. For Radyo Pilipinas World Service, this has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
World News in 5.
Right now.
News and developments making headlines around the world in 5 minutes. World News in 5. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.